ridiculous.
Yeah.
So don't say anything racist.
Save that for later.
I think we'll see the puppy.
I hope we see the puppy and we can bring him home. I'll give him a bath. I've never given a dog a bath before.
Just make a big mess.
Mom's first,
You take Harvey out on the sidewalk, on the dock, don't you?
yeah.
Except when it's cold. It isn't bad.
You still have your
GoPro? Yep, I do. I'm always worried about losing it. So I would want to, when I get a steel bumper for the front, it'll have hoops that protect the headlights and the radiator for animal strikes. And then you have an actual, like, physical mount, not just a suction cup, you know? It's like right after I got it, I suction cupped it to the RSX and it fell off, like, right away. And I had to drive all around looking for it. And I found it, luckily, because I had just gotten it, I think, that day. So ever since then, and this is obviously a lot more intense than just driving down Central Avenue, you know? I mean, not that it's that crazy or anything, but still, it's a little more bouncy.
There's rocks.
Bouncing around a bit. That's good.
Head on out. Both ways for traffic.
It's a foot traffic.
Foot travel home.
There's a big motor hole.
Big mud puddle. And that could be 6 inches deep, or it could be 3 feet deep.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I was just trying to avoid it to the side.
Nice.
I hope that puppy has something to drink.
The only problem with doing that when you have the rooftop temp is that you've added 200 pounds to the highest center of your car, highest center point.
Right.
So, you know, you don't want to tip your car over either by going at an angle like that, you know.
No wildlife here, though. One domesticated puppy so far.
He was pretty cute though. He gets like 10 points.
Well, last I read, there's 130,000 deer culled in Tennessee each hunting season. So,
We
hunting
didn't
season,
even see one.
hunting season's been going on for a while.
Must be having a party someplace else.
Well, they got him something, shouldn't they?
That woman could make enough biscuits for each one of those deer in just 13 days.
Each deer line up, one biscuit apiece.
Their last meal.
So the reasoning for planting that corn, Adam, is
Fatten up the deer.
And they come, and then they come over here.
Yeah,
too.
they know there's food.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel, not much of a sport.
Yeah, it's, you know. But at the same time, you know, there's the other side of the argument is if they didn't, then there would be starving deer because there wouldn't be food for them to eat. Then, well, there wouldn't be so many deer. There would be enough food if, you know, they've already hunted out all the natural predators. So.
Maybe they should introduce lions.
Again, bobcats, cougars.
If you put in 2 lions, how long do you think they would last for?
With all the hunters we have, 30 minutes.
No, the lions would have to be protected.
They're special lions.
A male and female lion. Do you think that they could survive? Would it be too cold?
I mean, I don't know, they survive in the zoo. There's Bengal tigers that live in the snow. You have a snow leopard.
Oh, it's too warm in the summer for us.
We have to find some ideal animal.
Let's find that puppy now. See him run around.
how about kangaroos?
Kangaroos aren't going to get rid of the deer.
They would be adorable.
They would be so cute though.
I'll never forget, we were at Busch Gardens, and all of a sudden we're just standing there, and this kangaroo comes booking it around the corner. We're just standing like in line for this ride, and then all of a sudden you see all these people chasing after the kangaroo, trying to.
Who's out in that?
Out there because they have like the kangaroo petting area now, where you can just go and feed kangaroos in like this pinned-in area, and I guess
One
like
got out.
yeah, they have the 2-gate system, and somebody left both gates open, and the kangaroo just booked it. Just standing there. All these zookeepers are chasing after it. Kind of like the puppy.
Puppy wasn't going to be caught.
We need a net. Do you bring do you have a puppy net with you?
No, I forgot it at home this time. I was not prepared for the puppy chase.
He and Harvey would be best friends.
There could be like a little book.
They would be so cute together. They're like the same size.
Yeah, put down.
But you think that was really a puppy, a baby?
Yeah,
Or-
that was a young dog. He's being trained in hunting to be not scared of the gunshots and stuff.
And he booked it. I guess that didn't work out too well.
Well, this fear of cars is good.
You could live in Treasure Island, you never have to hear another gunshot ever.
It's an issue with Harvey. He's not afraid of cars or
Or
trucks.
drugs?
Trucks.
Or trucks.
Just got hit that time.
Well,
He's not really a street smart dog.
That's why you need this puppy.
Teach him the
That's where the
ways.
puppy went, I think.
No, it's further up.
Teach him the ways of the mountains.
Yes.
they are in the spot too.
Well, Harvey wouldn't run from the car. Walking in stores. He'd
Run
run out,
to it.
He'd roll over. Yeah, he'd roll over and pick it up.
Maybe have a call on him and the phone would go.
That's what I was thinking. We do it
Yeah.
all.
But we didn't want to be caught.
I tried.
We did. Valiant effort.
You did good with
I was running alongside him, but I didn't know what to do at that point.
it. Give the
Trip
dog
him?
on.
Were you talking to him?
It's a dog.
What? Stop chasing me.
He didn't stop.
People make very good secret agents. That's your puppy.
That's a pretty hard task.
It's not like a step pig. It's a puppy.
I don't know about a lot of secret agents have to catch greased up pigs.
Guess we could have thrown rubber jackets.
Well, we were close enough to come out.
I didn't have a jacket on. I wasn't exactly wearing the right shoes for dog catching.
It was something you started running because of your sneakers. It's strange.
Yeah.
Like Christmas trees.
They might very well be.
Yeah, actually, look at this street inside. It'll be a nice one.
So if the ranger is up here, he'll probably stop us and might want to search the vehicle. Just so you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For what?
What was you searching for?
Deer or any sort of guns or anything that we might have. Alcohol. Yeah.
I don't
We
have
can
anything.
report the puppy.
They need like zero suspicion to search your vehicle in Tennessee and in Texas. We've got more leeway than the cops.
Do you think that's what the puppy is?
Maybe. I think this is right about where we were chasing him. I think we already passed where it was.
I should have tried to guess his name.
Rupert.
I was gonna say Rufus.
There you go. Rufus is the name of my stuffed animal.
And the sun's getting pretty quick now.
Yeah, it's gonna get dark quick. It's 4:30.
What time was sunset did you say?
4:41 yesterday, so probably 4:42 today. And it's pretty.
Yes, it is.
Take a picture of the sun going down.
Yeah, we should do this. get to a nice clearing or something.
The trees, man.
It's so great that somehow we made it down the street.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She got in the car and left, and then they said don't bother? Oh, that's great.
It was the good board runner. The other lady would have forgotten that she had called her, and then she would have gotten there, and then she'd be like, oh, never mind, and she would turn around and drive all the way back. But it's a lot worse than people who live an hour and a half away.
I don't understand how they can leave you 1 minute, 2 minutes later they don't, half an hour later they don't.
They expect there maybe to not be a resident. Or back up.
Oh, keep going. A little further. There you go, stop.
No good?
No good.
Then we'll come up here. I think it's a better spot.
Maybe put, oh, here.
Back over that way. So the sun's higher, you can hop on out. If you stand on the wheel, you'll get higher. Yeah, you got on the bumper. It's really easy to step, well, not anymore. Before I knew it was broken. Step on the tire itself.
Oh, okay.
Because there's enough room in between the wheel well. You know, you can just hop on up, and then you can actually
Better?
you can just get right.
Better,
up.
yes, better.
So we passed this ranger coming in.
There's the ranger station and there's the deer checkpoint where they have to check your deer for disease and then weigh it, and you've got to obviously have your hunting tag for the doe or the buck that you took.
How many are you allowed?
Depends on
Season.
I don't know what the rule is. I mean, and it's, you know, you can hunt here, then you could drive up to Arkansas and hunt there, then you could drive, you know, you could go to the Alabama and hunt there, and then you know, so I'm not sure how many you can take from this specific park, but
Then you'd have to have a license for each state.
I think you got a state license, and I think you're allowed to take X amount of deer, 2 buck and a doe or something like that with the license. I think I'm talking.
no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, JC talking about it in Georgia. You take X amount.
Stop.
It's too bad it's not your car.
What?
It's too bad it's not your car.
I mean, I could drive into some weeds.
No, it was a real pretty open
It was.
pink sky.
Yeah, I mean, like Ron hunts in like all 50 states, you know. But in Chattanooga, he donates everything to the local food bank.
Yes,
So
so
he pays to have it processed, and then he donates all the meat, all the sausage, all the ground meat to the food bank. So then they get, probably 600 to 1,000 pounds of meat from Ron each year, and he's on the board of trustees or something of the local homeless shelter or hungry something people group. And
Well, I'm glad he's sticking around in Chattanooga for a while. It seems like.
yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. I wish he would kind of move on to the next stage of his life, but I don't know if he ever will.
Next stage, you get married kind of thing.
Yeah, just, I mean, it'd be nice if he wasn't in that really crappy apartment, and I could actually go down and stay with him, and, it's,
Was he saving up?
he's got more money than he knows what to do with. He doesn't want to. He's got an apartment that's really inexpensive right in the heart of Chattanooga. He can walk to all of his favorite bars and be by all of his favorite restaurants, so why would he want to move to a big mansion out on the country, you know, like it serves no purpose to him. All of the people he works with, that's what they do. Like all the other high level executive people, he goes and plays with their dog and, you know, plays with their kids, and, you know, he'd rather be the cool uncle. And that's what makes him happy.
The geese flying in the D. Seeing that?
I'm seeing geese.
Right above you.
Oh,
You're not looking in the right
I
spot.
didn't see it.
They're above you. They're right there.
There's a lot of geese.
Do you see them?
I know. I can't put down
They're flying in classic V.
towards
formation.
from
Say wildlife habitat improvement through proper forest management, forest regeneration, naturally 1991. So this is a little bit newer than the other one. But still,
That's great.
this is since 1991. It's pretty cool.
It's amazing.
And all done naturally, yeah?
This, I wonder, does this cost the state much to, you know, they have to gravel the road?
No, well, think of the hundreds of thousands of dollars they pull in from hunting licenses each year.
Yes. And
Much more than pays for it.
well, that's what I'm wondering, why don't the state signs? They do.
They open that.
And it's neat, like one of the guys who is in my overlanding group, his name's actually Adam too.
Adam too?
Yeah, Adam too. His house backs right up to this property. And so then his backyard is this, you know. So he's got trees and then it's right there into this property. So, you know, if he wants to take his dog out for a walk through the woods, you know, like he can. And this just goes on and on and on for I don't know how many acres this is, but I'm gonna stop or you good, dude?
I'm good. I got it. All good. Thank you.
And well, that road is just,
Bye, doggy.
Will you send me some of the good ones, David? Especially the ones of the family and stuff? Sure, just so I can have them. I won't post them.
Yes, I'm doing it. I will see.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Hike.
All your calories burned for the day?
Thinking about going to that very spooky.
Next time you're in town.
It's just 6:45 absolutes.
Seems like you'd be pushing it. Oh, tonight you mean, not tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Gotcha.
so when we get back on the regular road out of here, throwing rocks up out of your tires and cars behind us.
I've got mud flaps. But yeah, I mean, that's why when you drive down this road,
Yeah.
you'll see for a while on the pavement, there's still rocks everywhere.
Nice.
Because everybody who drives down it is throwing rocks out of their tires. And these are more aggressive tires than even most people would have. But they were extremely inexpensive, so I went with them. I wanted KO2s, TAKO2s, but that would have been like $1,500, and this was $450, $140 for 5. So
That's a good deal.
it was a very, very good deal. A guy with his Jeep just wanted to put giant tires on it as soon as he bought it. So he drove over and had these tires taken off and put giant ones on his truck that probably cost $3,500 for tires. And then I bought these because he had more money than smarts. And I'm always happy to take advantage of that.
That's what.
Pretty
Son-in-law
tight.
That's
does.
better. Not to no one's camera though.
He does what?
He, when he buys a car,
Turns the tires.
he starts it. He switches to it. It's beautiful. Since it's this kind of land, you can't build a
Yeah, you would probably hike out with one. But yeah, no, there wouldn't be like a deer stand. I mean, a lot of people have hunting leases on property, and then they would build one there because they would kind of own a piece of it, you know.
If they put those salt things out.
I think that's illegal. Like, you also can't have a corn feeding machine where it would just be filled of corn and then it would like be timed to spit a little bit out and the deer would all come over it. Like,
Sure, that's what this guy had in this place where you shot the pigs, right?
Right.
That's what he did. He had the corn feeders, and they would come at a certain time, and the pigs get to know
Yeah.
the time they're coming. So he's going, we got to get over there about 4 o'clock.
Yep. So the pigs are going to show up.
And of course, it didn't work. The pigs didn't show up.
Oh, really? That's funny. Yeah, I've seen signs like, warning, this corn is only for squirrels. Any and all other animals will be shot if they are eating this corn. This is squirrel corn. Trying to get around joking. And one of the problems of doing this with my group is that they're all out in backs. So when you get to the end of a trail and you have 6 trucks all behind you or 10 trucks all behind you, everyone has to pull way over and turn around and try and get out. This is 1979. This one's a little older.
I was going to say, like, we just turned around there. I was going to say, what? They didn't have a little spot open. You could get a back all the way up there.
I mean, yeah, and that's people have done that.
Yeah.
The real hassle is if you pull an outdoor trailer and then you got to do it with the trailer. This part of the country, there's lots of lands like this to go out and explore. So that's why I got this vehicle. And then in certain areas, the idea is you use this as a base camp, and then you would go and hike, and you would have your packs with you, and you would hike out for a day and hike to something, and then hike back, and this would be your sort of base. But that wouldn't be truly overlanding, quote unquote. Yeah, that would be primitive camping. Overlanding is when you camp for the night and keep moving the next day. Spend the day someplace and keep moving.
What if you spend 3 days?
Yeah, I mean, that would be just a vacation, I guess. I don't know if it would be considered overlanding anymore. It's about the trip, not the destination. With the cool destinations along the way. It'd be good if it was working.
Oh.
I don't know what's wrong with it. I'll check the fuses. It really can't run very much other than like charging a cell phone and stuff, so it might have just been too much for it. Like, it worked fine, but I didn't have my headlights on, so maybe that was too much draw for it or something when I tested it, you know. not sure the rules on that when it says foot traffic only. If you could then take a four-wheeler out, I think seems like that would be frowned upon. It is. That pink Orca cooler is still sitting there. It's like a $400 cooler. It was sitting there the last time I was coming by too.
Picnic tables for what eats there.
Boy Scout troop. Or
Overlanding group.
an overlanding group. We're stopping
Yeah,
for
Girl
picnics.
Scout troop.
Picnic tables.
Cooler.
Could be like campers. Could be like a, first time hunters group, something like that. Do orientation.
I don't know. It's cool to be camping. I might just be like,
Probably could be anything anyway.
we're only 20 minutes away from the city, remember? What are we doing living in this tent?
It's the experience of it all.
Go on that one night only app. I'll see you guys in the morning.
I'll be at the hut. We got a giant tree that
Yeah.
just kind of cool.
You still recording this up?
Yeah.
So that's a long time, huh?
I've got a huge memory card. And I'll get home and I'll upload it to my YouTube channel and I'll delete it off of this. Oh, gun range. I just want to put this up now.
See what the temperature is outside.
31 right now.
So if you spit, would it freeze before it gets there?
Definitely not. Spit out of an airplane.
Gun just went off. Seems like it's just a deer out there, doesn't it?
That was just a hunting range. Believe me. I got upset when I did the deer. Well, the deer know it's hunting season now. They're going to be hanging out right here.
No, I mean, we passed how many farms on the way here? Granted, those farmers could just shoot them on their farm.
It's the first moving vehicle we've seen.
But I get the strangest looks in my Lexus.
I was going to say, these people will say, well, who's this guy, man?
Yep.
They're all driving pickup trucks.
Well, they know
Driving
their truck costs 10 times as much as my car did. See these guys out here in their F-150 Raptors and all this crazy stuff. Big, huge lifted trucks and
And you
everything.
see these vehicles for sale often?
What, mine?
Or? Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of them for sale. They're just not, they're all more expensive than mine was, and they don't have the service record that mine had. Their prices at the least stopped going down no matter what. And in a lot of cases, in a lot of areas, it's going up. Because it's now reached the point where it's become popular to drive this vehicle. So there's, I don't know, thousands and thousands of people in this GXOR group. That one.
Yeah.
And when I started, I was one of the first 600 members. And now I think there's like 8,000 people in it just in that time since I've got this vehicle, So it's just as a platform to turn into more than just driving to the shopping mall, it's really growing because it's just a ridiculously reliable. And I don't know if you heard me telling Roger, but the 4Runner with the V8 is very, very similar to this, but it costs significantly more because it's known to be a very good vehicle, but nobody really looked at this just because it just hadn't come up often enough. People are always like, oh, it's a Lexus, but
And you saw these in Europe, right?
no, I knew of it because it is a Land Cruiser Prado everywhere else. It just does not have leather and wood and all of that. It's just like a utilitarian SUV, But here, they never came out with the Land Cruiser version like they do with the Toyota Land Cruiser, you know. So here, that's just known as a Lexus. So it just wasn't, it's not on like it's not really on the radar too much. But in 2005, it was rated the off-road vehicle of the year. And then they did a whole build out of it, and the Four Wheel Magazine, which is a big publication for off-roading, got so much flack about it, they just kind of like stopped covering it. Because they're like, why are you listing a Lexus will never be driven off the road? Like, why even bring this up? None of those drivers would even read your magazine, which might be true, you know. But
No, what year is this 2.4?
this is 2004, yeah. 2005, it went to a different engine management system that requires premium. And it was harder to find one without navigation.
It was news. Planting a seed.
Yeah. But I'm on, you know, like Reddit overlanding and overlanding Facebook and overlanding all these forums and stuff, and more and more of them are popping up. And I'll recognize it because, you know, they'll take a picture from here and there's not many off-roading trucks that have like wood grain. They call us wood grain warriors is what the nickname is for people who drive my car. Because we're the only truck that has this type of interior that people actually use off-roading.